Hey everybody, what's up? This is No Nonsense News. I'm Ted. It's Tuesday, November 17th, 2020. First of all, let me apologize to you guys for yesterday's video. I'm working with a new green screen. I put in a new chroma filter and I'm trying to work the kinks out. Hopefully tonight's video is a little better because when I recorded it, it looked better, but when I watched it for myself, it didn't look that great. I seen it. I apologize to you. Hopefully tonight's is better. I'll get it worked out by tomorrow, hopefully, if not by tonight. Anyway, as usual, I got to start the night off by telling you about more people starting to be under lockdowns and restrictions. Starting Thursday, Ohioans will be under a 3-week overnight curfew, heading off a shutdown for now. For the past week in Ohio, they've been talking about strengthening restrictions, maybe even lockdowns, and they're doing this as a way, using the curfew as a way to hopefully not have to lock it down. In Pennsylvania, they're strengthening the mask mandate, requiring COVID-19 testing for travelers amid the surge. So now they're doing just like New York. If you want to go there to Pennsylvania, you got to get a test. But unlike New York, New York said they were going to strictly enforce it with National Guard troops at the airports. In Pennsylvania, they're saying, freedom comes with responsibility. And with that responsibility, they want you, if you come there, to either quarantine for 14 days or go and get the test or come with a negative test before you go there, as to not spread it. That's okay. You can ask those things, but if you start putting troops like New York did, that's a whole nother thing altogether. That's where you're talking about unconstitutionalism. It's against the Constitution to do these things to us. You can't, even though they say that for this whole thing they have suspended the Constitution, who do you think you are to suspend it? That's what I'd like to ask you. You work for us. Don't forget. In California, this one's horrible. California, this guy's got to go. Whoever's running California, Gruesome Newsom, he's got to get out of there. Californians must mask up outside their homes under new expanded mandate. What about when you're cutting your lawn? You're walking your dog. You got to wear the mask? No more 6 feet. No more social distancing. Now, no matter what, if you step out of your home, you have to wear a mask. That's it. That doesn't seem like anything close to freedom, if you ask me. And months ahead of schedule. If you had any thoughts of us going back to some kind of normal anytime soon, forget about it, because months in advance, I mean, it's not, what is it? I think Mardi Gras happens in around February. So 3-4 months in advance, we're canceling Mardi Gras. No Mardi Gras parades in New Orleans in 2021 without tremendous positive developments, meaning they're telling you ahead of time. It ain't going to happen. The website for the city of New Orleans says there will be no Carnival parades in 2021. Parades of any kind will not be permitted this year because of large gatherings have proven to be super spreader events. Blah, 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 blah. Still, I'm saying to you guys, I know they're saying, oh, it's worse than the flu. Look how it's spreading. The numbers are really upticking. When we see empirical evidence that this thing is going to kill us, maybe you might change our minds. But as of right now, I say, who are you to tell us that we have to wear a mask? Who are you to tell us that we have to take a vaccine? Who are you to tell us we have to test before we come to your state? It's just crazy. But you got to tip your hat to these guys. Florida, my screen is not working with me right now, but Florida, even with cases surging, is sticking to no restrictions statewide. Governor DeSantis vows state will never again issue lockdown. That's awesome. Maybe we should go hang out in Florida. Prevents local officials from enforcing mandates. So all across Florida, even if there was a local official who wanted to do it because they were scared or they were caving to agendas, he has made it so they can't. That's freedom. That's freedom. If you hear the information about the sickness and you decide you don't want to go out in public, or you want to close your store to stop the spread, or you want to wear masks, that's your choice. As Americans, we are given that freedom of choice. Don't allow them to scare you into believing that you don't have that freedom. Hats off to you, DeSantis, again, down in Florida. And along with all of this nonsense, we're back to the no toilet paper phase of COVID-19. Now, I just don't understand what's with the toilet paper. Like, I get it, yeah, it's kind of important, but what about food and water? Like, without that, you don't have nothing to wipe away. What is all the toilet paper for? How are we running out of toilet paper before we run out of big rice and beans and cases of water? It's ridiculous, right? And what's crazy is there's always a way that you'll figure it out. You can go out. I know it sounds disgusting, but you can use leaves, bark. You can't eat those things. I guess you can eat some of them, but I would rather eat some tuna and go wipe with a leaf or a piece of bark. I don't know about you guys. Anyway, I've been telling you guys weeks and weeks now, and Kissinger came out in an article I read for you guys yesterday, warning of China. And I don't know if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago I told you on the border of China and India, there was actually a scuffle, a hand-to-hand combat with clubs and rocks and things like that. It was pretty crazy. I actually read it. Go back, check out the video if you want. But that's what it was, basically, in a nutshell. It was a skirmish on the border between China and India troops, and several people were killed, but it was hand-to-hand combat. Now, China used secret microwave pulse weapon to cook Indian soldiers alive and force them into retreat in the Himalayan border battle. Electromagnetic weapons were allegedly used on disputed Himalayan border. They cleared out Indian troops without violating ban on gunfire, a professor said. It came weeks after soldiers fought with rocks and clubs in a deadly brawl. Okay, so China, being empirical, is trying to spread again, right? We talked about Taiwan, we talked about South China Sea. Here in India, it seems as though they're trying to shift that border to gain a little bit more ground. And they're using these weapons. So we have to watch China. And not only China, but think about those microwave pulse weapons. What if here in America they tell you that you have to lock down or take a vaccine? And you say, go to hell. I'm not locking down. I'm not taking your vaccine. I'm not wearing your mask. Obviously, one person, they'll throw you in jail. It's over. But if we did this all together, what are they going to do? They would have to break out something like this. So think about that. In your preparations, you might want to look to a time when something like this could be used. And obviously it would be used more like in a riot situation. They're not just going to come to your house and shoot thing, but if you're in a situation, you know, this is something that could really be used. And we already know that we have this technology in America. But once again, watch out for China. Sorry, I'm getting off the topic, rambling on, but watch out for China. And watch out for these microwave pulse weapons. If we keep seeing riots across America, we might see them break this out, depending on how bad they get. I guess there has been, supposedly, I've seen a few articles of violence around the White House just recently. But, and you guys know, I hate fiat currency. I love gold, silver, precious metals, cryptocurrencies, land, true assets that you can hold in your possession, because really those pieces of paper, yeah, they got some really cool pictures on them and they're cool color, but they're absolutely, only because they tell us that they're worth something are they worth something. They're actually are worth nothing except for the piece of paper, right? So the feds propose even more surveillance of your banking habits by lowering the travel rule threshold to $250. The government could access more of our financial data. This is what I'm saying, right? When people hear about Snowden saying that the government has been surveilling us through these websites and things like that, we get all up in arms. But here, the Fed has already been surveilling us through our money, and they check where we go. Like, I don't know what the existing threshold is, but if they lower it to $250 and you're going on vacation and you have $250, they'll know where you're going, when you come back, what you do, how much you spend. They're going to know all of it, because when you come back, if you have over $250, they're going to be the travel rule. Check out the article for yourself. But basically, do we really in America want to give them more surveillance? That's what I'm telling you. You can't go anywhere. Okay, you got traffic cameras, cameras on stoplights, cameras on just street poles, cameras on businesses, cameras on the Ring doorbell system, right? You almost can't leave your house, go anywhere, and not be recorded. So think about that. That's how much surveillance we're already under. And on top of that, they're already surveilling us through our money already. They just want to lower the threshold, making it easier for them to surveil us. It used to be a time when you had to get warrants and things to surveil people. Now they just do whatever they want. And I'm telling you, we're losing our freedoms. And these COVID things are more losses of those freedoms. Anyway, you see the lockdowns coming. I just showed you several states. Add to the list. What has it been? 2 weeks now that this list has just been growing and growing and growing, and it's state after state after state joining in. As of right now, the only state that said go to hell is Florida. And you got to tip your hat to them. But with all of those restrictions and fear of more lockdowns, you got more toilet paper missing off the shelf, which will probably be followed by other products, cleaning products, masks, gloves, obviously. Don't forget the food that we talk about all the time, because like I said, without the food and the water, all the cleaning supplies and the toilet paper, you could have that stocked to the ceiling, and what good is it doing if you're starving to death? All right? So, all that's coming back around. Also, keep an eye on China. And do we really need more surveillance? But anyway, guys, just get ready. Like I said, we can see if we just look at the narrative that I'm telling you. I'm using their own narrative against them. I'm telling you what they're saying, and I'm showing you the every day by day, Monday through Friday, how this is unfolding. And now we have a record of it. You go back, check my old videos of what I said. It's unfolded pretty close to what I've told you guys. So if you can see that coming, go get ready. Don't be afraid of it. See where it's going and get ready for that. Be ahead of the curve. Every time they're about to say, come out and say, oh, we're running out of toilet paper again, you should say, oh, we already got that. What was next? Okay? Don't be scared of this thing. Get prepared for this thing. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Let me get the thumbs up. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm sick of telling you guys about cities locking down and tightening restrictions. So hopefully, I can tell you guys, I don't know, something better. But anyway, I'll tell you tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.